Yep. Ding ding, let's go. So, I have multiple concepts. I will try to connect them all and make one big, beautiful explosion. So, the general concept of depth. Acquiring it, accumulating it, why it's important. The concept of surviving, the concept of pushing a little bit more than, we'll say, last week, and having newer norms, newer, higher standards that become normalized. Alright, so that's what we're all going to be colliding, extrapolating, extracting, splaying out. So, here we go. So, whether or not we realize it or not, depth is an inevitability of life, if you allow it. And extra kudos, extra points, if you're able to direct it. And that's the ideal right there. That's essentially playing the game in the right way, where as we live life, we have experiences. These experiences shape us as people. They become who we are. But the really important part of the game here is the depth. Where we spend the most of our time, the most often, it is what we're talking about in terms of depth and in terms of defining us. So, the classic example is whatever your job is, even if you've done job hopping, if you've stayed in the same field, the same genre of job, then you may find yourself thinking and acting in similar ways to the way that you think and act in your job. Whether or not that's a conscious thing is what it is. But the fact that these experiences, they compile, especially the similar experiences, they compile over the days, weeks, months, and years, if not decades. The fact that people don't give more credence to this, well, is neither here nor there, but the fact remains that the more similar, environmentally similar, mentally similar, emotionally similar, the same people you hang out with similar thought forms, actions, auras, dare we say, these change us, these shape us, and most importantly, shaping us into something that becomes more and more concrete, less plastic, less malleable. That's the real important point. What we are becoming more and more of becomes harder and harder to change over time. The same neurons firing, the less neuroplasticity. The fact that it's shaping us and molding us, and then we're just becoming more and more of this one thing. It's noteworthy. It's remarkable, worthy of remarking, of retrospecting. And as I'm driving this road, I'm going to need this phone as a GPS soon. So let's do this. Let's make these connections. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Ooh, beautiful fog. Okay. The fact that this depth is shaping us worthy of contemplating on, worthy of retrospect. And if we're not happy with where we are, who we are, what we are, then we have to make that against the grain journey and path to getting to the place where we want to be. So essentially, if we find ourselves in that situation, we got to go against the grain, and it's going to be uncomfortable. But not only is it worth it, clearly, like if you're moving towards being a person who you really want to be and being less of the person that you don't want to be, obviously that's going to take some effort, that's going to take some pushing, some tension. But surviving it is the game. If you can survive it, regardless of how we feel, if we can survive it, that's what matters. If we can survive it, the pain, the temporary pain and suffering and tension and pushing and gruelingness, that just comes with the territory. To be mentally, emotionally neutral about that just comes with the territory. Pushing, tension, gaining. And what's really important about that specifically is the fact that if we push ourselves a little bit, let's just say, enhancing our morning routine, enhancing our mindset, enhancing our workout. If we change it just a little bit, enhance it just a little bit, let's just say one change, one enhancement per week, and let's just say it's effortful like the entire week, but by the end of the week, it just becomes normalized, second nature. And that's a really beautiful thing where you have a new standard. You have a new comfort level. It's higher. A new normal. It's higher. It's uncomfortable, and then it gets to a point where, okay, like, cool. This is normal. This is me now. This is what I do throughout the week. Done deal. And then you push yourself a little bit more. You're like, this is uncomfortable. And then it becomes the new normal, the new comfortable. Nice. Awesome. So that pushing, that tension, that short-term pain is completely worth it. And the pain, how do we say it? Because there's inevitable pain in life in general. And just to survive it, again, you could put labels on it, mental, emotional labels on it all day long, but like, if you survive it, and you know this is right for you, right, in your heart and soul, done deal. So, I'll do a part 2 very soon. Respect to you, to me, to us surviving, us respect to life, giving us all these faculties, and making life better and better if we survive it and realize that things are working out for us and we want to do better, and things are getting better as we want to get better. Boom. All right. Mac 11, catch you later.